What is up, everybody? My name is Logan Schro, and welcome to CTF Schro Talks Football. Today, I'm going to be giving you guys my Week 13 NFL predictions. So let's not waste too much time. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos whenever I post. We're all out of the way. Let's get started. So coming off of Week 12, I ended up with a 9-4 record. So now my total record is 115-66. My record's getting better and better, so let's just keep it up. Also, no teams this week are on bye week, so let's get after it. So the first game we got here is the first Thanksgiving game. We've got the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Fun fact, the Lions haven't won a Thanksgiving game since 2016, so the Lions, even including last year when they were really good, are on a huge slump when it comes to Thanksgiving. So a part of me thinks this game's going to be extremely close because of that, but I still think the Lions are going to break that streak tomorrow, and they're going to beat the Bears 23-28. And heads up, I think this is going to be the only good game like this out of the Thanksgiving. Like, this is going to be the only entertaining game. The rest are going to suck. But I think the Bears will do enough to keep close with the Lions. They'll probably lead at halftime, and then the Lions will win this game, and they will finally win a Thanksgiving game after all this time. Next Thanksgiving game, we got the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys, and this game is going to be a shit show. Like, seriously, who prepared this? It's going to be Tommy DeVito versus Cooper Rush, the ultimate Thanksgiving matchup. But this is going to be a really boring, low-scoring game, but I got the Giants taking this one 17-13. Just because I just think they have a better defense, and I think they have just a tiny bit more talent on offense when healthy. So I think just that alone, they'll keep close against the Cowboys. Well, they'll be up, but this is going to be a close game. It's going to be a very boring game, but I got the Giants winning this one. And then the last Thanksgiving game we've got is the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers. I guess I wouldn't say this game would be boring. It just wouldn't be that interesting just because on paper it's like, oh, okay, it's a mid-team versus a good team. Like, yay. But realistically, I think this is going to be a pretty close game. I got the Packers winning this one, though, 24-28. I can see the Dolphins coming back. Even though they're going against bad teams right now, I can see them making a comeback and ending up with a decent record at the end of the year. But they are going against a good team now, so I think the Packers will be enough to win this game. And especially that this is at Lambeau, I'm just going to give the Packers the edge on that alone. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty mid to decent game, but I got the Packers winning. Next, we've got the Black Friday football game. We've got the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. Why do they keep picking these shitty divisional matchups for this game? But either way, I got the Chiefs winning this one 10-33. It's going to be the same as last year. It's like with the Dolphins and Jets. It's going to be a far superior team against a shitty divisional opponent. It's not fair. It's not going to be entertaining. It's not going to be fun to watch. It's just going to be an ass-kicking from first quarter to fourth. The Chiefs are going to own the Raiders in this game. It's not going to be close. Next game, we got the LA Chargers versus the Atlanta Falcons. I wanted to pick the Chargers here, but my gut is telling me the Falcons are going to have the edge in this game, 24-26. What's funny is that these two teams are known for choking at big moments, so that's just kind of funny. So it's making me ask myself who's going to choke this game first. But I think the Falcons will just have the edge in this game, even though that the Chargers have been pretty good lately, and the Falcons have not. But this game is at Atlanta, so I just think the Falcons are going to have the edge in this one, and they will get a much-needed win. Next game we got is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm going to take the Bengals with an upset win, 27-34. I think this is going to be a great game. I think these two teams are going to play really well against each other. It's going to be a shootout. Both teams are going to look electric, but I think the Bengals will get the win at the end. I possibly see this game going to overtime, and that's how the Bengals win that way. But, yeah, I think the Bengals are going to get a much-needed win, and the Steelers are going to fall to 8-4, and people are going to start asking questions. Next game we got is the Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. And if this was the Cardinals from early season, I'd be more excited. But the Cardinals have been on a little bit of a slump lately due to when it comes to playing good football. Either way, I got the Vikings winning this one 20-27. Simply put, I just think the Vikings are a better team. They're a better coach team, and I just think they have more talent. And plus, this is at Minnesota, so I just think the Vikings are just going to have the edge on this one. Next game we got is the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. This game is going to stink, but I got the Colts winning this game 26-23. This is just going to be a shitty game. Like, the Colts have been playing down the competition this whole season. They're like the number one team when it comes to making winning look so hard. Like, they do not look... every single week, they look like shit. And then now you're going against a team like the Patriots who have the upside with Drake May, but they still suck. Like, this game is just going to suck, man. Like, this is a burnt-down rivalry from years ago. Like, both of these teams suck right now. But I just think the Colts just have a better team in general, so the Colts are going to win this game. But, like, I know the score looks interesting, but it's not going to be fun to watch, man. It's going to be really sloppy football, and it's just going to bore you to death. Like, I do not recommend watching this game. Next game, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the New York Jets, and I got the Seahawks winning this one pretty firmly, 34-13. Simply put, the Seahawks are just a way better team, and they actually have a lot of things to play for. While the Jets are just trying to end the season, like they're done. Like, there's rumors about Aaron Rodgers might not even playing next year. So, like, this is just a shit show in New York. So I just think the Seahawks are gonna completely take advantage of that, and they're gonna whoop the Jets' ass all game. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Commanders, and I feel kind of stupid for picking this team, even though they haven't looked the greatest the last couple weeks, but I'm still going to pick the Commanders here, 23-31. Like I said earlier, the Commanders are still winning other than last week, but they just have not played their best football. They haven't looked great. Like, they haven't looked as dominating as they did before. And then while the Titans have been struggling themselves, like, they still have a decent amount of talent. Like, Will Levis has been able to throw the ball better than before. Tony Pollard's a great running back. Calvin Ridley's a great receiver. And their defense is a stout defense. Their defense is great. So that's what's been able to keep them in some games. So I think that alone will keep this game close. But I think the Commanders just have a better team. So I think they're going to win in Washington. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Houston, I swear to God, if you don't look at least half decent against this team, I'm going to write you off like you were never a team. So with that being said, I got the Texans winning 28-12. Hopefully, firmly, hopefully, easily. Because this game should not be close. The Jaguars are dead. The Texans actually have something to fight for, even though they've been playing like shit. Like, you know how frustrating it is to watch this team play? Like, they have such a stacked team, but yet they make looking consistent look so difficult, man. Like, C.J. Stroud is a shadow of a quarterback compared to last year. But yeah, keep that in mind, Texans. If you guys don't even win this game, like, I'm gonna forget you guys are a team. So yep, good luck. Next game, we got the LA Rams at the New Orleans Saints, and I'm gonna pick the Rams to win this game 24-20. I think this is going to be a fairly close game just because the Saints the last couple weeks have been able to fight and somehow win games. But I think the Rams have a better team, and they actually have something to play for other than the Saints. So I think the Rams will get the upper hand, and I just think the Rams just have a whole lot of talent as well. Plus, no disrespect to Rizzy, but they have a far better coach. Like, the Rams have a top coach in the NFL while we're having a season where we just fired our head coach. So yeah, it's not gonna be a pretty game. I think it's gonna be pretty sloppy, but it is gonna be close. But I think the Rams are gonna win. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers, and I got the Bucs whooping the Panthers' ass 34-10. The Bucs have Mike Evans back after last week, and they have been playing pretty sharp. They had a great win against the Giants, and now they're going against another shitty team like the Panthers. So I think the Panthers will play a little better, but not by much. So I think the Bucs are going to win this one easily. Next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Baltimore Ravens, and this was a very tough decision to make. Because this should be a great game. Like, both of these teams are great. Like, both of these teams have been playing great football. I'm more impressed with the Eagles. Like, I thought they were going to play down the competition every week, but they have been winning pretty convincingly. I almost wanted to pick the Ravens here, but I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this one barely, 35-32. I think this game is going to be a shootout. I think this game is going to be a ton of fun to watch. Honestly, I think this should have been the Sunday night game instead of what we have in this week instead. But yeah, this game's going to be very entertaining. It's going to be a battle between the top 2 running backs in the NFL. That's going to be fun to watch. But I just think I've been like saying this way too much, just to the point where it's starting to get tired. But it's just the Ravens defense, man. Like, they're not good enough to compete with these big teams, in my opinion. Like, they're just not good enough. And I think that's what's going to happen. That's why I think the Eagles are going to score more points. It's just because the Ravens defense is just going to allow way too much to, like, win this game. So, because of that, I think the Eagles are going to win this one. And the Eagles are going to look pretty good at 10-2. Next, we got the Sunday Night Football game. We've got the San Francisco 49ers at the Buffalo Bills. I mean, if this was the Niners at their like peak, like last year, this would be a phenomenal game. Like, this would be a great game to watch. But it's not. It's a Niners team that just forgot how to play football, and their defense is shit. And from what I'm seeing, Brock Purdy has a chance to play this game. But if it's not, they're going to stick with Brandon Allen for some reason, even when they have a better backup quarterback on their roster. So, acting like if Brock Purdy played this game, I still got the Bills winning this one 23-37. Like I said, the Niners defense has been awful this year. So, I think the Bills are going to take complete advantage of that, and they're going to score all over the Niners defense all game long. But also, if Brock Purdy plays this game, that's what's going to have the Niners score a little bit more points than last week. Like, that's what's going to get them a little bit more touchdowns and what's going to keep them close for at least one half of this game. But I just think the Bills are a far better team this year, and then the Niners are just not looking good at all this year, and this is probably going to put them out for the playoffs, in my opinion. And then finally, we've got the Monday Night Football game. We've got the Cleveland Browns at the Denver Broncos. I think this game's going to be really close. I think Bo Nix is going to struggle a little bit, but I still got the Broncos winning this one 22-27. I have Bo Nix struggling just a tiny bit in this game just because, to be fair, Bo Nix has been playing great ball, but he hasn't gone against a tough defense like the Browns defense in a few weeks. So I think that's going to be a big challenge for him, but I still think he's going to do enough to win this game for his team. And then the Broncos are going to move on to 8-5. And there you guys have it. Those were my Week 13 NFL predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments on how you think your teams are going to do this week, and let me know your predictions down below. So with all that being said, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you miss any of my videos whenever I post. I'm Logan Sharon. I'll see you next time.